Bienvenidos a la clase de español. My name is Professor Levi Flint. My email address is going to be lflint@gcu.edu, and my Skype name is Profe Levi. It's going to be Profe Levi. Guys, this is just going to be an introductory video. I want to explain a little bit, just some very basic things about the class, rather than you guys just reading it in a syllabus. I understand that can be a little bit confusing at times and a little bit overwhelming. So I just try to make this video to give a really brief but solid and clear overview of what it is that we're supposed to be doing in an online class. So let's go ahead and move forward. How does this course work? Each week you're going to be responsible for the following. First, watch and study brief Spanish lecture videos. So in each module, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 1 to 3 really short, probably 8 to 10 minutes in length, lecture videos that what I try to do is cover the most confusing or potentially confusing grammar points. I also try to give you an idea of what the pronunciation sounds like, etc. And so I just try to cover really general things that I think could potentially be trouble areas, and I try to do that within these lecture videos. So I encourage you to watch these videos, take notes on these videos, and also, obviously, I'm always open to questioning. So if you have any questions, you need some more explanation on these videos, I think that would be a very, of course, that's something that I'm going to always encourage. Second, study each chapter on your own. This being an online class, from what I have learned about online courses in the past, is you really do have to be self-motivational. You have to have a lot of self-motivation, and you have to realize that you have to study these things on your own in order for you to have success in the course. So study each chapter on your own. Don't be afraid to take notes. Organize. Again, send questions if you do have questions. But the book really it does a very good job of giving good explanations, giving good examples as well. So I think that this should be something that shouldn't be too painful as we move along in the course. Complete all assigned online activities on the Mosaicos companion website. Okay, these activities, they're going to be listed under each module. There's going to be a folder, and it'll be titled Activities Schedule. And so what you'll do is you'll look at that, and you'll have an idea of what is going to be due for any given week. Okay, so for example, in Module 1, for week 1, you're going to see there's going to be a series of activities, for example, that will be due by Tuesday of the first week. Then there'll be a series of activities that will be due by Thursday of that week. And it will continue up until it will be due Sunday of that week. There will be about 3 or 4 activities. And so your responsibility is to complete those activities and to send them to my email address, where I will then look over them. I'll give you guys a grade for it. And it's a really good, obviously, it's a very good way for you to practice your Spanish skills as you're both watching the lecture videos and studying each chapter on your own. Down here, participate on the discussion forum. Each module will also have a discussion forum. And so what I'm going to do is for each week, I'm going to put a new discussion topic up. And, since this is a very beginning Spanish course, a lot of the quote-unquote discussion will be repeating things that you see, or reading things that you see, or answering activity questions, but orally. And the idea for this is, I understand we can't have conversations necessarily yet in the traditional sense, but what I do want us to do is to begin speaking, and I want to be able to hear all of your voices, hear your pronunciation, and hear your progress, the progress that you're making as you move through the course. And so this discussion forum gives me an opportunity to listen, to give feedback on that, and also for other students to hear, to listen to what it is that you have to say, and also to kind of judge their progress versus what you have, or versus what it is that you're saying. So I think on this discussion board, it can be very, I think it can be very productive, and I'm going to try to update that once a week. So once a week, that will be part of your responsibility will be to answer and contribute to this discussion forum. Take a weekly test on the material covered in class. So each Friday, I'm going to be looking at either Thursday evening or Friday. I'm going to be uploading an exam, a test that will basically cover all material covered up to that point. And I had a few questions from concerned students who do work asking me, will this test be between, let's say, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m.? And the answer to that is no. What I'll tend to do is keep all of you guys in mind, your busy schedules in mind. And if I put the exam up on a Friday, or a Friday morning, for example, these are always going to be due Sunday before 11:59 p.m. Okay, so those will give you that should give you ample time despite your busy schedule, and I hope that it does work with everybody's schedule. But if there are any issues that come up with that, any confusions, then by all means, you can always contact me and we can figure out something else. But in the past with my online courses, this has tended to work pretty well. But again, send me an email if you have any questions or concerns on that. And then down here below, come to a weekly Skype meeting if you have any questions. This is something that I'm still working out. I'm working out the details of this, but what I'm looking at is either on a Saturday or on a Sunday. I want to put a time that if you do have a question, you can come to and we can discuss your question, and or you can practice your Spanish if you just want to come and you want to say, oh, profe, I have a question about these words here. How does my pronunciation sound? Okay, then sure, I can give you feedback right there during our Skype meeting. And so again, you will need to download Skype, and we'll discuss this at a later point as well. And I'm working on sending out a mass email with a bunch of information, so we're all on the same page before the course starts. So again, this is optional. This is something very optional, and this is something, the details I'm still working out at this point. However, what you can do, you'll see in my syllabus once I send that out, that office hours are actually going to be on based on by request. So if you do want, I don't have specific office hours yet, but if you do need to meet with me during office hours, and if email or a conversation forum isn't enough, then you can very easily we can schedule something to meet online, face to face, through Skype, and we can get out and figure out any problems that you're having through that meeting. So let's see what we have next here. These are some important links, so very important links beyond just Angel, where we're doing all Blackboard Angel, where we're doing all of the majority of our online course. The first link that we have here is going to be the Mosaicos Companion website. And so this website right here is where we're going to be completing all of our online activities. And there's more information about this actually in each module and on the home page. My website, this is my personal website that I've worked on and constructed throughout the past year and a half. And basically this is not required for the course, completely optional. But what I have here are various resources that you can feel free to use. Online dictionaries, there's Spanish online instructional videos that are made professionally. There's also links to, if you are interested in continuing reading more in Spanish, there's various links to different news agencies online throughout Latin America and in Spain. Vukaru, on our discussion forums that I mentioned earlier, we're actually going to end up recording our voice through an online app rather than download software that oftentimes can be very confusing, and the process of converting MP3s or files to MP3s can often be confusing. So to cut that out, I decided to just use vukaru.com. And with this website, there also is instructions and a tutorial video that I made for this particular site. It's the first post of the discussion forum, so it should be pretty self-explanatory once you guys, after you have had the time to sit through the instructional video and read the instructions that I've posted up on there. But that's it for this brief introductory video. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to send me an email. I will be in touch here very shortly with you guys and send out more information. Thank you.